dear, yet another interesting story for you. This time it is a story about a king who turned his pagan country into a Christian country. Well, who is this king and what is his story? It's a story based in Hungary. In case you do not know where is Hungary located on the world map, allow me to bring to your memory. Hungary is surrounded by Slovakia, Ukraine, Romania, Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia and Austria. Hungary is located in Central Europe, that's why it has so many neighbors. A son was born to Hungarian chieftain. He was baptized at the age of 10 in 985, together with his father. Traditional stories tell us that before his birth, his mother had a dream. And what was the dream? His mother saw in her dream the first martyr of the church. Can you guess who? Yes, Saint Stephen. It seems Saint Stephen told her in her dream that she would bear a son who would evangelize their land. So when the son was baptized, the mother named him Stephen in memory of that dream. So today I'm going to tell you the story of Saint Stephen, the King of Hungary. Stay tuned in to my show, Real Stories That Inspire Life. Hope you were inspired by the previous episodes in this series. Don't forget to share the link with your friends. The inspiring stories of Catholic saints is our treasure. Do share it freely with your contacts. Before I continue with this story, I want to thank all of you for your wonderful words of appreciation and encouragement in the YouTube comment box. God bless all of you lovely people. So, here we go. On August 16, the Catholic Church celebrates the feast day of King Saint Stephen of Hungary, the monarch who led his country to embrace the Christian faith during the 11th century. Father and son, now Catholic, desired to convert the Hungarians to the Catholic faith. This was not possible until and unless they defeated an alliance of rival pagan nobility. After conclusively defeating them, they began building monasteries and inviting the clergy to convert the people. Stephen established laws favoring Christianity over paganism and sent an emissary to Rome with a request for the Pope to proclaim him as king. On Christmas Day, 1000 CE, Stephen was anointed king of Hungary. According to tradition, he received from Pope Sylvester II a crown that is now held as a national treasure in Hungary. Yes, those were the days, my friend, where the Pope appointed the king. On the day of his coronation, the king consecrated his country Hungary to Blessed Virgin Mary. As a king, he showed great diligence while devoting the rest of his time to his religious duties, including charity towards the poor and the sick. He established a system of tithes to support churches and priests. Out of every 10 towns, one had to build a church and support a priest. He was easily accessible to his people, especially the poor. He promoted agriculture and safeguarded private property with strict laws. I think our government must take some lessons from his administration. He treated the church as the principal pillar of his authority, dispatching missionaries throughout his realm. During those centuries when the Pope appointed the king, he was given the duty of evangelization by sending missionaries far and wide. King Stephen fulfilled this duty extremely well. Stephen was greatly devoted to the Virgin Mary. Therefore, he had several churches built in her honor, both in Hungary and outside the kingdom. It seems because he loved Mother Mary so much, he was saved from many assassination attempts within the family and even a possible war with Conrad II of Rome. Even though the king worked hard to make his country a Christian country, he had to endure a lot of personal pain. His children did not survive to adulthood. Stephen's only living son, Emmerich, received a strong Catholic upbringing and was expected to succeed his father. But Emmerich died before Stephen after a hunting accident in 1031. My dear friend, allow me to make a comment here. I am sure you must be thinking, if King Stephen did so much for the church, why God did not protect his children? Well, first of all, death and suffering is a mystery. There are no ready-made answers. However, the truth is, loving God and doing God's work does not mean one will not suffer or die. God the Father loved his only beloved Son, Jesus Christ, so much, yet allowed him to suffer horribly and die on the cross. God has a plan, my friend, even though we may never understand. The king's final years were marked by illness as well as succession dispute among his relatives. His nephews attempted to kill him. As it happens with many families, it also happened in king's family. The greed for riches and power make us blind towards human and family relationships. In 1038, on the feast of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary, Stephen delivered his final words to the leaders of the church and state, telling them to protect and spread the Catholic faith. St. Stephen of Hungary died on August 15, 1038. He was buried alongside his son St. Emmerich, and the two were canonized together in 1083. St. Stephen, even after 1,000 years, is considered as a hero and patron of Hungary. Although his feast day is August 16, Hungarians celebrated on August 20 with his relics. Well, we have heard about King Stephen, but what about the story of the incorruptible hand? Well, here is the story. Stephen was buried in one place on August 15, 1038 in a casket that is more or less intact although empty. The body was later reburied in the lower underground catacomb out of fear of possible disturbances of the grave. It was at that time that the hand was removed from the rest of the body because of its alleged miraculous powers. It was taken to the treasury of the basilica, from where the man who was in charge of guarding the treasury stole it and hid it on his estate in the county. Today that place is in Romania. During the reign of King Laszlo I, the right hand was discovered. The king forgave the thief and in fact erected a monastery on the spot. It was here that pilgrims came to pray in front of the king's right hand, which was allegedly capable of performing miracles. The Holy Right Hand is housed in the St. Stephen Basilica in Budapest, and once a year on August 20 it is carried in procession. So that was the story of the great King Stephen and the mystery of his miraculous right hand. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Till then, keep smiling. At your service, the Wandering Guru.